Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be ranking all of the planes that were just added, and not including the nets, but I don't have the nets on this list, but just imagine that the nets is up here. We're going to be ranking all of the new planes and the War Thunder La Royale update. I think we're going to start off with the SU-2015 and SU-39. And before I start rambling, I'm just going to throw these in meh and throw out a little disclaimer. I haven't played all of these aircraft, but I've heard a lot about them and I know what's good and what's bad, so just hear me out. Alright, so what's good and bad about the SU-39, the SU-25T, and why it's in meh is it's at 11.3 and it's subsonic, like really subsonic. And there's a couple issues with this, mainly because it's subsonic and it's kind of a brick. But you get two R60Ms, which is always cool. You can also carry 16, I believe it is, Vikir missiles, which are really cool. They're anti-ground missiles. They are like almost, you basically point where you want them to go. So those are always cool. They do a lot of damage. If you're experienced with the Ka-50, you know already a decent amount about them. That's the missiles that are on the Ka-50 and the Ka-52, or it's KA. I don't really know. I don't want to mispronounce anything. So, but the coolest thing about them, other than they have a ton of flares, is they have this thing called IRCM that goes on the back of the aircraft, and it basically makes you untouchable to IR missiles from the rear aspect. So that's always really nice. Very nice, really. I mean, even at 11.3, it's not amazing. I would much rather be in like the A7K, mainly because the A7K is faster, and I'm just more used to American aircraft and better at leading their guns. However, I'm a big fan of the Gish 30. Alright, next up this is the J8F. You can't really tell, but this is a J8F. And I wish that I could put it right in between these, because that's where it is. It's not nets, but it's almost nets level good. Almost nets level good. It has a standard amount of flares and good flight performance. Very good flight performance. It's modeled after the MiG-21F, which looks exactly like it, but the MiG-21F has a double delta wing. If you know, you know. The double delta wing is what's on the J7E. Alright, so what's cool about this is it has some bombs, not a ton, but it's those PL8 or Python 3 missiles. They're 40G missiles, and you get 6 of them at 11.7, which is 11.7, so I should probably clarify that. 11.7. This plane is just really good. I really don't know how to comprehend it. If I could be in any of the planes added with La Royale, that would definitely be one of the ones I would like to be in. I think it's totally unfair that we're just gonna throw the F-14B Bombcat in right after the J8F, because this thing absolutely blows the J8F out of the water. This thing is insane. I think it might be even better than the Nets, even though the Nets has those missiles. And by the way, if you don't know, the Nets is the Israeli F-16 that has the PL8, the 40G missiles. Actually, the Python 3s in Israeli. Alright, so the F-14B, what's so good about it? One, it's extremely fast. Good acceleration. It carries a ton of bombs. It can carry laser guided bombs, so guided munitions. But it also has some pretty wild missiles. It can carry 8 missiles in total, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But it can carry AIM-54Cs, which aren't much different from the AIM-54A in game. But it can also carry AIM-7Ms, which is identical to the AIM-7F right now. But it can also carry 9Ls. And putting 9Ls on the performance of the Bombcat and the 7Fs, 7Ms, this thing is absolutely wild. And it has a butt ton of flares, like, I don't know, something 100. It's wild. This thing is insane. You should be scared if you see it in your matches. And by the way, just to clarify, it's at 12.0. Moving on to the, I think that this is the Lancaster bomber. This isn't bad, it's just, I have no clue. It's a bomber. How am I supposed to review a bomber? It works. It drops bombs. That's kind of the consensus on this aircraft. If you want it, I don't know. Maybe get it. I don't know. Moving on to the AJS-37 Viggen. So this thing is like, I'd say it's in between these two. I put it in meh. Actually, it's probably in between these two. Meh and pretty bad. There's a couple problems with it. It's just like the AJ Vigan, so it doesn't have a gun or flares built into it, which is terrible, because I believe it's at 11.3 or 11.7. I don't know, this plane 2 9Ls, only 24 flares, and the flares are in a flare pod. Come on. Like, 24 flares at top tier, and you have to bring a gun pod, 2 9Ls, 2 9Js. The performance is just eh. It's a Vigan. If you want to play Vigan, go play the J37D or the C. I don't really care. Next up, the Mirage 2005F. So this plane, this is good. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put it in the almost nuts category. This thing, I don't know. Magic 2s, which are always good, Magic 2s. But you also get the 530D, which is a pretty decent, I'd say, radar missile. I mean, it's good. You also get a very nice radar. You're very fast. You're a delta wing, but you still regain your speed very quickly. So it's good. I would totally take it out into battle if I could. I totally recommend it. Alright, the BF2C1, I think it's called. But I'm gonna put it, and I have no clue. It's a reserve plane, and it's just meh. It's chunky. It has okay guns for being a reserve plane. It has bombs. Eh. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, play it if you want. Don't play it if you don't want. I don't care. Alright, moving on to the SU-22 M4s. So, I'm gonna put this in pretty bad. Perennial E, please, don't hurt me. I know you love this M4 family of SU-22s and SU-17s. But, just come on. 11.0, which isn't horrible, but 11.0, 6R60Ms, which it's good. I'm not denying that 6R60Ms is a bad loadout. But you get a butt ton of flares, so you might be thinking, well, this sounds all good, but the plane itself is abysmal. It's slow, it's fat, its flight performance is bad, it's just not good in general. I would suggest skipping over it. I mean, there's nothing, I believe, after it in the line for Germany. Or maybe the Tornado is, I don't know, but I don't recommend it. I don't think it's worth it. Oh god, the Tornado ADV. If there was a class for absolute dog poop, I would put it down there. But it's gonna have to go into pretty bad. So, let's just start with the positives. Very good radar, decent missile kit, 4 9Ls, which is always good. But then you get the Sky Flash Super Temp, which is built just for the Tornado ADV. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just meh. It's a okay radar missile, but it's no AIM 7F, let's be honest. Your flight performance is absolutely abysmal. You're pretty slow. Some people may say, like, every YouTuber says this, but play like an interceptor, but what is there to intercept? Like all the YouTubers say, what is there to intercept? There's nothing to intercept. Maybe if there was, like, super long-range bombers, it'd be fun, but there aren't. And I guess this thing has a lot of flares, but it's a swing wing. When its wings are swept out, you definitely do notice a difference in flight performance, but it's nothing amazing. It's still a brick at 11.3, so I don't know. It's just not worth it. I'd say skip over it. I don't like it. By the way, this is at 11.0. I didn't classify that. The PBY5 premium, I think it was a premium. I'm gonna put in I have no clue with all the other low tiers. It's just like, I don't know. I've played the PBY5 before, and they're fun. They're actually very fun. I mean, it's fun being able to go into the water, then drive onto land, then take off again. Like, it's fun, but it's a bomber. What am I supposed to do with that? It's a low tier bomber. I don't know much about it. But here's your ranking. I'm just gonna run through BRs once more in case somebody missed it, or in case I missed it. This is 12.0, 11.7, 12.0 or 11.7, I might be wrong. These were both 11.3. This, I believe, is 11.3. This is 11.0. This is 11.3. no idea. Reserve, no idea. So there's your list. I would recommend these four. I'm not gonna put this in here, but these four I would recommend playing. Even this is kind of going out on a limb, the AJS 37. So play it at your own risk.